Carlos, why don't you fix that overlay problem? Hello, this is the WebCast.
Oh my God, Rob Barnett calling.
Rob Barnett is calling?
Yes.
Hey, Rob Barnett is calling. Now let me give you an introduction to Rob Barnett. That actually is. Rob, can you hear me okay?
I hear you perfectly.
Okay, we finally, after 7 weeks of this stupid ass show, I got so I can talk to someone on the telephone. Let me give Rob a preamble, and if the bar wants to take that political discussion elsewhere, we're doing a show here. Rob was my boss at KZEW, Tom. Oh. He was the most imaginative, one of the two most imaginative program directors we ever had at that legendary radio station that broke records all over America. People kept up with KZEW, and one of the reasons they did was because of Rob Barnett. Fast forward! Corporate tyrannists take over. Rob Barnett, out the door! John Rody, out the door! He goes to work for CBS Radio Networks and was the president for how many minutes? How many minutes were you the president of CBS Radio? Rob?
How many minutes?
Yeah, you said 10 minutes.
2 years.
You were with them for 3 years?
Two years of that. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a long time to be the head of a CBS Radio. That's high credentials, Rob, and I'm joking with you. You're okay, right?
I'm good.
Okay, anyway, because we're very loose. Anyway, Rob, then, of course, seeing the big picture. Come over here, Julie. Come over here. Rob Barnett saw the big picture. He saw new media. He saw that radio was dead and boring. And now launches a new media project called thatdammchannel.com. Is that right, Rob?
MyDammChannel.com.
MyDammChannel.com, and I hope everybody can hear that. Can you see that on the webcast? Can you hear this audio? I just want to make sure everybody hears this, because he has lassoed all this content that people make. High-grade shit, I'm telling you. Give me some names, Rob. Give me some names.
Well, we started with Harry Shearer, who's our political satirist. Don Was runs our music channel and produces new music every week. We have a show that a couple of people have seen, 20 million so far, called You Suck at Photoshop.
You Suck at Photoshop? And it's 20 million people have seen this show?
And we just signed Keanu Reeves to his world's first web series.
Really?
So, you know, we have a little concept called Rip Off ATL, and stick it on the web.
Oh, really? Are y'all getting this sound back there? Rob, let me tell you something. I have to put you, I just have to go aside here and speak to you, Rob. This is like a bad remote. I swear to God, I come in here and I try to put this show on. I come in here at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and invariably something is broken, you know?
Yeah, but that's what Letterman said for years and years and years, you know? So now you look at Letterman, Leno, and, well, I won't put Jimmy Kimmel in that bunch because he's my bud, but, you know, I'm watching what you've been doing and saying, you know, which is more relevant to 2009, Mambo or NBC? And I think it's a pretty obvious answer. I love what you're doing.
Rob, you're not just kissing my ass, are you?
Oh, well, I got other things to do at 8 o'clock at night, you know?
Yeah, you really do. Okay, so there's a show that I've been watching on Rob's channel with Sarah Silverman.
Yep.
I will tell you, that is some funny shit. That is some funny shit. Everyone, we're going to put a link up at mambosmedia.com to mydammchannel.com, Rob's project, because you have got to see this thing. But what I wonder, Rob, is I don't see any commercials. I don't see any banner ads. How are you making any money?
Well, we do have advertising. You know, there's not a ton of money to be made in, you know, typical banner ad type stuff. We do it. So if you go to the site, you will see that kind of stuff. But we also do, you know, major web series for brands. We've got Southern Comfort, HBO, Puma. You know, there are major brands that are just starting to get
somebody just write a piece? Didn't somebody just write a piece in one of the ad magazines that said these kind of shows that I'm going to doing aren't ever going to make any money and there's no place for them in the world? Was it you that sent me that?
I don't know. I mean, we figured out in 2 years how to make more money than we spend. So.
All right. Well, that's a good deal. That's a good deal.
First-time business owners, we're having fun, you know.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you what. I didn't have as much fun working in radio as I did when I was working with Rob, because he had a campaign going where he was putting an end to boring radio. And we were in a KZEW fight with Q102, and we were jacked up. We had some corporate issues, and we had some culture issues. And Rob, you brought from Worcester, Massachusetts, some good vibes. So I will give you that, okay?
Yeah, but we made a horrific mistake, which I only realized about, 10 years later.
What was that?
People tell me that we were the first radio station to ever do the concept of deep cuts.
Right.
And we weren't smart enough to go to a lawyer and trademark that shit.
No, I know, because if we'd have trademarked that shit, me and you and Cindy Balin would be down there, deep cuts. That would have been a great idea. We don't think of these things.
A lot of evil radio consultants in fancy suits made a lot of money off that shit.
Well, we had a lot of fun, so I think it worked out just fine, don't you?
I do.
I know,
a lot of artists were broken there. I tell this story all the time about sitting in my office one day and getting a tap on the shoulder, and I turn around and it's this 500-foot tall piano player, Bruce Hornsby, who's hugging us because Tempe Lindsay was the first person to ever play him on a major radio station.
Well, do you remember how much shit you got for playing Bruce Hornsby?
I do.
I know, everybody hated you. They wanted to kill you because you played Bruce Hornsby, but it turned out A-okay.
Right.
Well, Rob, that's just how it works out. That's just how it goes. And I'm so tickled that you got to call. I'm so tickled that you got to pitch My Damn Channel. I think I have 8 people watching me. And fortunately, you're one of them. And, there's 7. All right, fine. And we just have a little project going on down here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area called the Media Mentor Program. And all the people interested in this program are just giving of their time to make media and to do shit that people can look at. So we're real excited about it. And you do it on an HBO level. You're like NBC, But we're having a lot of fun down here. And if you've ever got anything that you want to pitch, that you want us to know about, or make for you in a half-ass way, we'd be glad to do it. What do you think of that?
Well, I turn it upside down and tell you that we just started this brand new business called RAMP. It stands for Radio and Music Pros, of which you are at least some of those. Yeah. And we'd be dying to put some of your stuff on the site. So let's figure that out. When we're let's have like a private phone call.
Yeah, let's have a private phone call so 1,100 people aren't hearing. But anyway, give a shout out to everybody who's huddled up in Zooland, Rob, because I know they remember your era.
They're coming back to life on Facebook and Twitter, which is fun too.
Yes.
Finding a lot of our old friends there.
Well, that's a fact. That's how we got back together, isn't it? I was talking to someone here. They were talking about promoting this project, and I say this whole thing has been very viral. This whole thing has been very word of mouth and stupid ass stuff that we're doing. And I kind of think that's pretty good, don't you?
Well, Harry Shearer is the first guy that we signed, and he's been doing radio since, they invented it. And what we always talk about now with the web is that it used to cost you and me maybe, $100 million to buy a big stick radio station.
Right.
But here you are, you're live, anyone can watch it, and on some level, you really are on the same playing field as NBC and HBO. Yeah. You can have the same immediacy that they can have without any of the bullshit.
Well, there's no bullshit here. All we have is mojitos. Okay. Big hand.